Hello, my charmed ones, and welcome back to my channel for another video. Today is Monday, November 7th at 9 a.m. and this is another work week vlog. So this is going to be you watching me a week in my work life, and we're going to talk about, the things that I'm working on this week. I've got a lot of fun projects coming up, and I'm going to be doing a lot of work on those projects this week. So I thought this was a great time to do another one of these work week vlogs because I feel like this should be a little bit more action-packed this week. Now, I also have a few events that are going on this week. So we've got election day tomorrow. Thursday is actually my husband and I's anniversary. And I have an event that day that I may or may not be going to, just something like locally that I needed to just run and stop by. And on Friday, I have a call scheduled with a friend of mine to do something fun. And we're going to talk about that a little bit later. We'll wait until Friday and I'll give you guys, the behind the scenes on that a little bit. But today is Monday, and don't worry, Friday will be here before we know it. So I want to share with you guys today the top 3 things on my to-do list, since the top 3 is something that I'm really a major proponent of as a really great productivity strategy to help you focus. I thought, let's start the day by sharing my top 3 with you. So number 1, first thing on my list is I have to go through and respond to my emails and get myself back down to email inbox 0. Number 2, I have to write my blog posts for next week. And number 3, I need to do the graphics for those posts. So those are the top 3 things that I'm going to be working on today. Let's get started. So first, I'm starting off with getting my emails sorted and down to inbox 0. I've been trying not to check my email over the weekend so that I have time to relax and enjoy my days off. So doing this first thing Monday morning is essential for me. If you're curious to how I get to email inbox 0 on a regular basis, good news, I recently did a video on the topic, which I will link for you in the description box. Once my email is down to 0, I move on to the bulk of my work for the day, which is blogging. I write 3 blog posts per week, and I always write them the Monday before the week they're published and set them to auto-schedule so I don't have to think about them once I'm done. It's just one of the many ways I put my business tasks on autopilot and streamline my work to make sure I'm working smarter, not harder. If you want more of a behind the scenes on this process, I'll link Workweek Vlog number 1 for you in the description box so you can see the process a little more in depth. My general process is to batch my writing and editing, then batch create graphics for the posts like any title images or photos I want to include. I edit those in Photoshop, which you can see in that first Workweek vlog as well. But all my blog graphics are created using a library of images I have created ahead of time, so I don't need to search for pictures or always shoot new images if it isn't necessary. For more information on this process, I'll leave you a link down below to info on styled stock photography. Okay, so there's literally just like one more thing I do need to do for my business today that wasn't on my top 3 or anything like that. And that is to post a picture on Instagram because I want to put like a little promotion picture on Instagram for the free workshop that I'm doing next week, which is actually going to be a few days before you guys see this video. I need to put up a promotion picture on Instagram for that. And I do have some text on my computer that I'd already written. I'm just going to drop it into the notes section of my, I don't know, whatever it is, the notes app or whatever on my computer. And then I can access it on my phone, and it just makes it super easy for me to just upload the picture and put it up onto Instagram. So I guess you're going to kind of see me do that. I'll try to let you guys kind of see what I'm doing so you know. But I don't have to take a picture because it's actually already something that's on my phone. And I already added like the words to it and things like that. I just need to put it all together and post it to Instagram. Okay, so I'm just going to load this up into Instagram and get this posted. Okay. Okay, awesome. So now my post is live on Instagram. That's good. One less thing to do today, and I can go ahead and check it off in my planner. And now it is like a little after 1, so I absolutely need to go get myself some lunch. Okay, so it's now a little bit after 12, and I am done my top 3. So I'm just going to go ahead and check these guys off. You guys already saw me do all of my emails. I wrote my blog posts, I did my graphics, and then of course I scheduled the blog post to go live on my site. So we are good to go. And I also actually got one more thing done on top of that. I was also able to do a little bit of like coding on the back end of my shop because I was having some issues with my cart page. And it looks like I think I got those worked out. I just had to like sit and actually like pay attention and look up the issue and figure out what it was, but I got that done. So that was the bulk of my work for today, and I'm really glad that I've got that all done. And yeah, I got the rest of the day to do, I guess, whatever I want. So we'll see what I get up to. Okay, so I just finished lunch and just quickly ran around the house and picked up things that were on the floor. And then I blocked off a couple of rooms because I'm turning our little robot on. And I'll let you guys see, like, because our house is kind of like open, I put things down on the floor that block his entry into certain rooms. So that keeps him in the areas that I want him to clean, because he will kind of wander. And if I don't put like look, I have like a little dumbbell thing going to my office. If I don't put something down, he'll just kind of go all over the house. And I absolutely love this thing. I know you guys had asked for a review. I don't know if I'll do it. Maybe I'll do a full review on him maybe one day. But I would say that I absolutely love him, especially because he was so inexpensive. I think that, you know, for the price, he was absolutely worth it. And he just requires like minor observation, I would say. So actually, is he going to get through there? No. Good. Okay. Good. Okay. See, that's what he does. He'll hit that and he'll turn around. So yeah, he's basically blocked out of my office right now in the formal dining room. And he can just do like our hallway and the kitchen dining area and the living room. So that's what we're doing right now. Good morning. It is Tuesday, November 8th at just about 8 a.m. Today is election day in the United States, and I am in my office and up and dressed super early today because my husband and I got up at like 6 in the morning, got dressed, got ready, left the house, and went to vote, which was the first thing on my top 3 list for today. So in terms of my top 3 while we're on this topic, let's see what else I have to do today. So at the end of the day yesterday, I did end up going and writing in my top 3 for the day, because I do tend to like to choose my top 3 either the morning of or the day before. Now, of course, because I do tend to A, theme my days, and B, keep a running list of the projects that I've assigned to work on throughout different weeks of the month, I do have a relatively good idea of many of the things that I'll be doing on any particular day, but not necessarily all 3. So I tend not to like to write in anything into my top 3 that is not like a absolute, I'm 100% sure this is happening today sort of an item, because you never know. I like to be flexible, and depending on how things go the previous day, I never know if I'm going to need to finish a project the next day or, you know, change my schedule entirely, you know, et cetera, et cetera. So for today, like I said, priority number 1, top one thing I had to do today was go and vote, which we can go ahead and just check that off the list because I've already done that. I apologize. I was going to take a clip of like Michael and I going or coming back from voting. In our state, we are allowed to take pictures inside the voting booth, like you're allowed to do it, but I just thought that was kind of like, you know, not necessary. So yeah, I'm sorry that I didn't have a clip from that, but we were up bright and early. Like I'm still wearing my scarf and I had like a giant jacket on, my winter jacket. I pulled it out and like bundled up, and I'm wearing like riding boots right now because it's so cold here. But we got up early, did our duty, stood in line, voted, came back home. Mike left to go to work. So number one is done. I'm gonna go ahead and just check that off the list because it is done. Doesn't that feel good? It's 8 a.m. and one of my to-dos is already done. Okay, so the next two things that I need to do today is number one, I need to work on my slide deck for my workshop that is coming up for next week. Now, of course, I think I've already mentioned this in the video, this vlog thus far, but by the time you guys watch this vlog, it will be over, but the workshop will be over. But if you're interested, I'll leave it linked down below where you can get the replay. This video is going live. I believe this video is scheduled for the 20th. Okay, yes, the 20th. So it would have just passed, but I'm sure the replay is going to be available for, you know, a little while. So if you're interested in how to create a profitable business in 2017, specifically an online business in 2017, feel free to click the link down below and get yourself access to that replay. It is going to be for a limited time, but if you haven't signed up by now and this is the first you're hearing about it, you're absolutely welcome to sign up for that. So back on topic, top three. Got to do the workshop slides today. And that's actually going to end up being probably a majority of my day because that is a lot of time, a lot of effort. I do already have a very, very good outline that I worked on a previous week. And I have been collecting my ideas and thoughts and just writing them all down into this outline and notes for this workshop because it has been in the works for a few weeks at this point. So that will be most of my day today. But I'm hoping I'll be able to give you a little bit of behind the scenes on that, give you some feedback on how I, you know, create these sorts of slide decks and maybe some tips for you if you're someone who, maybe not necessarily someone who, you know, works for themselves or gives presentations and workshops online virtually, but you absolutely, this will apply to you. But even if you're someone who maybe has just a standard 9-to-5 job, maybe hopefully some of these tips that I can share with you guys today will help you to kind of make creating slide decks easier for you in the future. So let's see, that'll be coming up shortly in this vlog. And then the third thing that I need to work on today, and I don't know how much I'm going to get done with this I'm going to call it a project, even though it's like really just one thing over and over and over and over again, but it's responding to and giving feedback to a bunch of emails that I actually got that do pertain to this workshop. So in the sign up for the workshop, if you had signed up before the workshop, you received an email from me that basically asked for you to send me feedback on who you were and where you were from and what your business idea was and what was going on, what was holding you back, why you weren't earning, you know, the profits you wanted for your business, because I wanted to get feedback from as many people as possible in order to make this workshop, you know, whenever it comes to creating these sorts of webinars, workshops, whatever these are, online trainings. Whenever I'm doing one of these, you know, I have an idea of what I think people need to know, and I've got my strategies and my tips, but I'm never 100% sure going into it what people are expecting and the specific challenges that other people are facing. I only have the experience of, my direct experience and the experience that I have working with clients and friends and people within my online business program, Empire Building, right? So I do, you know, consult with them, I do mentor them. So, you know, I do know some struggles, but I don't know the struggles of the people who are coming into my workshop. So I do tend to ask people this question before, you know, workshops. I do tend to ask for feedback before my workshops or before I create a webinar or any sort of training. But in this specific instance, normally I would maybe receive maybe a dozen or 2 dozen responses. I received a tremendous amount of responses from the people who have signed up for this. So I have a lot of emails. They've all been flagged for me to review them and respond to them. And so many people gave me just such long, thoughtful, emails to this question that I really feel like I need to spend the proper amount of time sitting and reading through them and understanding them. And then, I'm probably not going to be able to write them like each a one-page, multi-paragraph response, right? But I do want to take time and take their email seriously because they took the time to send me these emails, and I want to make sure that I'm responding to them and integrating their specific needs into this workshop. So really simultaneously, I'm going to be making this slide deck and looking through these emails, and then hopefully I'll be able to respond to a good chunk of the emails today. And if not, it's going to be, again, something that's just going to have to continue on another day. Final thing that's actually on my to-do list for today, and this is kind of like a tentative thing, I have a plumber stopping by to check out just a plumbing thing in our house. So he is going to call me at some point today and let me know what time he'll be able to stop by, if he's able to stop by today. And so that's something that's going to take up time. It's tentative right now, so I just have it on a sticky note in my planner because I didn't want to write down anything specific, because if he doesn't show up today or whatnot, then it won't be a disruption to my day. So that's just something that's on the agenda for today. So let's go ahead and jump right in and get to work on this top 3. Okay, so it is now a little bit after 6 p.m. on Tuesday, and I actually just kind of like got up from like a little nap. I have been working on this slideshow, or I guess I had been working on the slideshow, like all day until the plumber came to stop by to take a look at the issue that we're having. Once he left, I went back to the slideshow, and then I just kept working until like 4:30, something like that. Um, and at that time, I decided, I was like, you know what? Let's go upstairs and just like chill out for a second, because you've been working on this slide deck all day. And I fell asleep. So I just got up, came back downstairs. And yeah, so this slide deck is not done yet, which honestly, it doesn't really surprise me because I never finish my slide decks in one day. I did have a really good outline for this, which was helpful, but it doesn't always mean that I'm going to get it done in like an hour. So, this is like a really, I don't know. I feel like my presentations are really well put together, and a lot of people tell me that. So I am going to save this and table this for tomorrow. Same thing with those emails. I was able to like read through more of them to like help me put together this presentation and make sure that I was including things that were applicable to the people who were attending, but I did not even get to the stage where I was replying to emails yet. So that is that. I am waiting for Mike to get home. He is picking up dinner today. And yeah, we're just going to have dinner, watch the news, see the results of the election, which I've actually been like today, I've actually been like, I feel like I've had like earmuffs on. Like I haven't watched any TV. I haven't gone on the internet to like look things up or anything like that. I've been like on my site and in my shop and things like that and on my email, but I haven't really been like Googling anything, right? So I haven't like seen anything in the news yet. So yeah, that is basically been my day. So I am going to go ahead and call this quits for today. And then I'm going to probably put this stuff back on my to-do list for tomorrow, which is absolutely fine. There's nothing scheduled for tomorrow that is required to be done tomorrow. So I'll be able to continue on with this, and hopefully tomorrow I'll have the time to actually get to walk you through the slide deck and give you some feedback on, some tips from me to you on creating your own slide deck for either your own personal business presentations, or like if you're someone who works somewhere where you have to give presentations. So yeah, let's pick back up with this tomorrow, and yeah, we'll go from there.
Okay, so it is Wednesday, November 9th, and it's a little bit before noon, and I just wanted to update the vlog on my phone here because I didn't do a proper update today. Yesterday was a really long day. I'm really exhausted today and just like, I don't know, like emotionally spent. So I woke up this morning, like barely woke up, like I barely didn't sleep. Um, and I just felt like I had to clean out my planner hoard. So I you can see here I'm like in the thick of it. I've actually like been going at it since about 9. Um yeah, so I don't know what else on my top 3 is gonna like happen. I didn't like set a full top 3. You'll remember from yesterday. I just said I was going to kind of continue on with the things that I didn't complete yesterday, but I am doing this right now. So yeah, hopefully I'll have this worked out, and once I do, maybe I will film a little update of how I've organized it so that you guys can see. I just pulled everything like out of drawers and like out of my credenza, and you can see I just like, oh geez, I completely forgot about that thing down there. Okay. I have like more things I've got to pull, but yeah, so I just pulled everything out, and I had some things were like in boxes and stuff. And like I literally this is how I organize. When things are incredibly disorganized, I just throw everything on the floor and I start making piles. So I realized that someone else would look at this and go, I don't see any piles. Yeah, I didn't do a really great job about doing the piles, but the big thing was I wanted to go through all of the stuff that I wanted to throw out, like stuff that was just like needed to be trashed. And I wanted to make piles. Like I made a pile over here. You can see of like maybe you can see that like a pile of planners that I do not like want anymore. So I'm going to, I don't know, do something with those. Please don't ask me if they're for sale because I'll let you guys know if I'm doing something with them. I have a little bit of an idea. Um, but yeah, so I kind of got rid of like all the trash, started piling up things that I knew I didn't need. Like there's a whole bunch of Project Life stuff in that pile. That Sephora bag is an ungodly amount of sticky notes and page flags and clips. So I've got a thing with like Filofax inserts here that I'm gonna like I don't know save or something, and then I've got you see this I have like a pile of notebooks slash notepads. I have this thing right here is like a whole pile of stickies, and they all kind of just like ended up merging because I was just sitting and it was whatever was within arm's reach. So right now I'm just gonna go ahead and get some bags. Like I need to bag the trash. And I need to also find some boxes or something because certain things like those planners, like the sticky notes that I don't want, because those are actually sticky notes like I don't want anymore. Like everything kind of this area is like stuff that I'm keeping. Um, and like all these extra stickers and stamp sets and all this stuff over here. And I still need to go through that pile of notebooks because I was putting all the notebooks together and then I thought I would pick what I wanted from that pile once it was done. So yeah, I do have some like obviously 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boxes that are actually empty. That entire drawer down there is empty. That is like half empty. That is obviously empty right now, but that was actually where one of the boxes went before. So yeah, I need to just keep going at this and I'll show you guys what happens at the end. Yeah, this may actually just be what I do today and then that's that. So, okay. There we go. That's, impromptu what I'm doing today.
Okay, so it is now Thursday. Where is it? November 10th. Oh, geez, Louise, I should have known what day that was. Okay, so it's Thursday, November 10th. It is a little bit after 8 a.m. Yeah, just about 8:30 actually. And I'm down in my office right now. Let's talk about my top 3 for the day because today is, I'm not gonna say it's probably going to be a little bit busy because today is my anniversary with my husband. which is why I should have known what day it was. I always forget what day our anniversary is. So I know I'm such a bad wife. Anyway, for today, my top 3 is going to be, number 1, I need to clean up my office. As you saw yesterday, I did that whole this whole gigantic reorg of my office supplies where I just took everything, all my planner supplies, all my craft supplies, everything, threw it on the floor, and I organized most of it. So things that are not organized, desk, the top of the credenza to a small extent, and then I have one other basket that's right now sitting on top of that little bench by my windows. What I've actually decided to do in order to expedite this process is I'm actually going to put everything that's left into that bin and just get my area cleaned up so I can work for the rest of the day. And I'm okay with there being one disorganized bin that I need to either work on tomorrow or this weekend or down the line. I'm not too concerned about one bin that's, has random crap in it. So I'm going to throw everything in there. So that is the first thing that I need to do today. So that's task number 1 on my top 3. Task number 2 for my top 3 is I need to finish my slideshow that I was working on Tuesday. And then to do number 3, the third thing that I want to get done today is I need to edit, at least edit, hopefully edit and export and upload my YouTube video for Sunday, which is actually the video that went up before this one, because this vlog is actually going to go up the Sunday after the video that's going up for this coming Sunday. And that video is a crock pot recipe video, which for the last month, I feel like I've been dropping hints actually I started filming for that. Let's think. It actually probably was the week of the last vlog. So I've been collecting clips for this for the last month because, I assembled some recipes. I tried to, do some diverse recipes that I thought would be crowd pleasers because I really rely on my crock pot a lot during the fall and in the winter. So I wanted to put together a little crock pot inspiration recipe video, things that are easy to put together, relatively inexpensive, and it's a major time saver for you. So time and money saving, I consider that to be highly productive. So I thought I'd put together a video for you guys on that topic. So I need to edit that. And that's going to have to be the last thing for the day, if I can honestly even get to that or get that completed, because I know that that's going to be a lot of editing because it's a lot of clips that need to be sewn together and edited down. And I don't quite have my vision complete for what I want that video to look like right now. I'm hoping that when I get to it, I'll be able to think about it a little bit more and something nice will result. But that is the plan for today. So let's get to work.
Okay, so my desk and the bench seat by the window are both organized. And I've also been able to clean up the credenza top. So I am done with my first to-do for the day, and it's just about 9 a.m.
I was also asked on Instagram to show the organization of my planner supplies. So this is the bookcase in my office that has those 3 Kate Spade nesting boxes in it. I'm keeping my extra planners and supplies in the bottom 2. The top one is still empty after the clean out. I'll go ahead and link these boxes down below if you like them, but that's how I'm storing my planner supplies from now on.
So I just came to the kitchen to get myself a drink, and I just love this time of the day, especially the way the light comes into my kitchen. It just looks so beautiful. Ugh, I love it.
Okay, so now it's about 10, 12 a.m. as you can see, and I feel like I'm at a good place with my slides, that I'm done with the slides, and now I can move on so I can check this off my list. But I wanted to give you some tips for how to create better slide decks, whether or not you are someone who runs their own business and maybe does presentations online or does presentations to clients or customers, or if you're someone who has a 9-to-5 job and you're just someone who has to give these presentations. I have some tips for you to how to make them a little bit more engaging and, spice them up so you get a better reaction from your audience.
So my first tip for you is to use a consistent and personalized theme. So I'm going to show you this in a way by clicking here in my add slide button. And I realize you can't see everything super detailed, but I actually have my own custom theme for my Keynote presentations because I'm in Apple's Keynote right now, but you can do the same thing for PowerPoint as well if you're someone who uses Microsoft PowerPoint. So essentially I have like outlined for myself like a very consistent theme with consistent fonts and colors and just different options for slides and layouts and all that jazz. So that is my first tip because I think that whether or not you're someone who works for your own business or even if you work for someone else's business, consistent themes and ones that are personalized to you, I think are going to make it a little bit more unique when you present. And I say that even if you're working for someone else's company and maybe they give you these sort of themed slide decks, more or less, I'm sure many of you are going to have some wiggle room with them in order to kind of personalize them and tweak them to your specific job role or your specific style. So I would go ahead and not feel awkward, unless you're in a situation where you absolutely have to use the exact deck they hand you, personalize a bit. Don't be afraid to inject your own personality because even within a big company, everyone has seen this slide deck, the same one like over and over and over before, I'm pretty sure. So, if you spice yours up a little bit, people will get a little bit more, enthusiastic, a little bit more excited about your presentation. So that's my first tip. Make sure that you're using a consistent and personalized theme. My second tip for you is to use more slides and just put less information on each slide. So I'm not going to go into each of these because obviously this presentation, well, it's going to be over by the time you see this, but I don't want to spoil the surprise or anything like that for anyone who hasn't seen it. But as you can kind of see, right now I have 69 slides in here, and I don't have very many actually that have a lot of text on them. So there's a few that have a little bit of text on them, but a lot of them are very minimal, or they're just images or whatnot. So keep that in mind that, more slides, less text on a slide means that you're going to be processing through the information much quicker. So people are going to feel like they need to sit up and pay attention because you're not giving this long drawn out speech where you're looking at the same slide for 20 minutes. So make sure you add more slides, put less text on those slides, even if it's just one point or something, just to spice things up and to help the flow of your presentation go a little bit quicker. I would highly recommend that. Okay, and then the third and final tip that I want to share with you guys today is to use a transition slide in order to help break up the text and visually break up the slideshow. So as you can see right here, I have some of these slides in here that are actually turquoise in the background, right? So, and I've got a few different styles of them, but for the most part, the slides with information are white. But when I use these sorts of turquoise slides to break up the information, it helps people to stay in time and in line with the presentation. And it kind of gives them a chance to relax and breathe. Okay, whew, we've finished this section. Now we're moving on to this section. I think it's just a great way to break up the content and again, to create a visual cue that something new is happening. So I tend to do that by using colored transition slides. You could use a pattern slide, whatever works for you, but make it look a little bit different. This slide needs to look different than the other slides that are, kind of going to be the bulk of your presentation. So I hope that these tips have helped you. And now I guess I can check off the finished slides from my to-do list here. So top 2 of my top 3 are done. Now I'm going to jump into editing for my YouTube video. So here is a clip of me editing my recipe video. I use Final Cut Pro 10 to edit my videos. I believe it's only compatible with Mac, but I've been using this program for well over a year, and I love how powerful it is and all the tools you can use
to make your videos look a little nicer. It isn't a beginner editing program though, so if you're getting started with YouTube and you want my recommendations for equipment and software, I'll link a few videos of mine in the description box that cover what I've used in the past as well.
Okay, so it's a little bit after 1:30, maybe it's like almost 2 on Thursday, and I am done my top 3 for the day. So I am gonna go ahead and just go relax on the couch with Starbucks. I actually just started getting like a migraine, so I just took out some of like my Excedrin pills because I'm starting to get a headache and I don't want it to turn into a migraine because that's really annoying. And I've got my bottle of water, but I also wanted to show you guys. Okay, so one of my tricks to get myself to drink a little bit more water, even though I really don't need an excuse to drink water, I'm pretty good about it, is I like to use this True Lemon, like little flavor packet that's actually like a crystallized lemon. I'm not sure how they do this, but it's pretty amazing and delicious. It doesn't have any sweetener or anything in it. It's literally just like they crystallized lemon. So I put this packet inside of a water and I drink it, and it's like having lemon water. And I will go through like at least three, maybe like 5 or more sometimes. Like I will drink this in every glass of water. And it actually, since I actually got like a new packet of it, because we actually haven't had any in the house for a while, since I started drinking these again, it's actually, my water intake has actually gone up like so much I can't even tell you guys. So just a tip if you guys like lemon, but you know, keeping real lemon is sometimes a pain in the butt, like to have to cut it up and squeeze it. And I would use lemon juice. Like I'm someone who does use lemon juice very frequently, but this is actually even easier. And I like sometimes if I'm going out to eat, I'll like put it in my purse and I'll put it in the water when I go out to eat. So I'm just a weirdo like that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put that in my water and take some Excedrin. And then when I go sit down and like relax for the rest of the day, I am going to probably put on a book on tape from Audible. I just started the Marshmallow Test, which is all about like self-control and things like that. That's like the new productivity book that I'm kind of reading right now. Oh, come back. But what else do I have? I finished Necronomicon. I finished Gatefather, which is the last one in the Orson Scott Card series. I forget what the series is called, but I listened to all of them. That was the last one. Gate Thief was maybe the second one. I forget. And then I'm listening to Hollow City by Ransom Riggs, which was the sequel to Peculiar Children. And then here's Library of Souls. That's the third one. So I will probably put on one of those, either the Marshmallow Test or Hollow City. Honestly, probably Hollow City because I don't know if I'm in the mood for necessarily almost like an instructional productivity video. So yeah, that's what I will probably listen to. So I'll leave you guys a link down below. I know I've left a link many times before, and anytime I talk about Audible, I always want to make sure if you guys are interested in testing it for free, you can, and I have a link that gets you 2 free audiobooks as opposed to the standard 1 free, which is what you see most of the time. And if you guys are interested, I'll also leave you guys the link to where I get this off Amazon. I buy a whole big box of it, and it's pretty affordable, and I absolutely love it. So I'll leave you guys a link for that as well. Okay, so this is probably going to be my last update for today, unless I sneak in some sort of clips from dinner tonight with my husband because it is our anniversary. But if not, I will see you tomorrow for my Friday top 3.
So as mentioned, here are some quick pics from our anniversary dinner. We got a few appetizers, including my favorite oysters, and we always get the same dinner when we come to this restaurant. It's a filet topped with crab meat. And I did forget to snap a picture of dessert, but everything was amazing and it was a great anniversary. Good morning, everyone. Today is Friday, the 11th of November, which is Veterans Day in the US. So I just want to say to anyone out there, any of my viewers who may be watching this who are veterans, thank you so much for your service. Your service is absolutely appreciated above and beyond anything else. So thank you so much for watching my channel. Thank you so much for your service to this country. You're an amazing human being, and I just want to take a moment to acknowledge you. Okay, so back to the vlog. It is just about 9 a.m. It's a little bit before 9 a.m. And like I said, it's Friday. So I'm hoping that today's clips of the vlog will be a little bit more fun. But first and foremost, we need to go ahead and set my top 3. So far, looking back on this week, although I had, a little bit of a disturbance midweek that ended up, I wouldn't say that I wasted a day, but I did focus on other projects, namely organizing my stationery hoard that you guys saw, instead of working on my work. So other than that, I mean, the entire week really has been pretty successful so far. And I only have 2 items on my top 5 that are left. So those 2 items are going to go on today's to-do list because I really want to have them done today. So the first one is that I need to create the workbook for the workshop. Workshop workbook. Because that's next week. So I need to have that workshop workbook. Wow, that's a tongue twister there. I need to have that done today. And that's probably, honestly, the first thing that I'm going to work on today, because the next thing on the top 5 that's still not complete is I need to schedule the workshop email sequence. So when I email out information about my workshops and things like that to people who have signed up, for the link to watch and the replay and any other details, things like that, I do have those emails already pre-written, and they're actually already written. I wrote them last week, but I was waiting to have oh geez Louise, I wrote this wrong. I put the workshop. Oh my God, workbook. Can we talk? No. Okay, so I needed to have the workbook done before I could actually, I guess I could have scheduled them and then pasted the link to the workbook in later, but I just thought, you know what, wait till the workbook's done, then finish up the email sequence by scheduling it. So I don't ever, very rarely do I ever send an email that is on the cuff. A lot of the things, most of the things that I do are pre-planned out. So my blog posts are always written, as you guys know, a week ahead of time at least. My videos are always done the week prior, or honestly, I'm actually really excited because my YouTube videos are actually now a week ahead. So this video that it's November 11th right now. This is not Sunday's video. Sunday's video was already filmed. And as you guys know from yesterday, I edited it and uploaded it. And that's going up on the 13th. So this video is going up on the 20th. So I am officially a week ahead with my videos, which I'm really excited about. And I'm hoping to keep this up because I hate being in the situation where I have to create content the week of. For me, I think it's so stressful, I think that, what I have to do is very streamlined. There's no reason why I can't be ahead on my work. I don't need to be 3 months ahead on my work, but being a week ahead always makes me feel very productive because if something happens, if I get sick, if something blows up in my week, I have more time to, complete my tasks because I've built in extra time and extra white space into my schedule. So, okay, so when it comes to those emails, that was the point of what I was talking about, going off on a tangent here, of course, that my emails are always, most of the time, pre-scheduled out, like pre-written and scheduled. So I have them written. I'm going to go ahead and schedule them, format them and everything in my system and set those to schedule so that the emails run without me having to remember to do them. So those are the last 2 things on my top 5 from this week that I'm pretty sure I'm going to be able to complete today, no problemo. And then I have the third thing that's going to be on my top 3 is my Skype call at 1. So I think I already told you guys a little bit about this. I think I was very vague earlier this week about it, but One of the things that's going to make today very fun for me is that I have a Skype call with one of my empire building students today. And actually, this is not a call where I'm consulting for her, which is one of the things that I do for my empire builders. But this is a situation where she is actually consulting for me. Because she is a astrologist and tarot card reader and expert, and I realized that that's not everyone's cup of tea. So please don't, be critical of that in the comments, because, I'm a realistic person, but I also like to have fun. So I'm having a call with her, and we are going to talk about my chakras. So I know that's woo-woo for some people, and I know I've told you guys this before. I'm a little bit woo-woo. I try to be really practical with my advice and what I tell you guys, but girls just want to have fun, right? So I'm doing something a little bit woo-woo. And to be honest, this has been scheduled out for a little bit, but I really think that this could not have come at a better week. Like, I so need this call with her. So I'm so excited about that. I think that she's a great gal, and I'm really excited to have her in empire building. And yeah, so I'm going to have a meeting with her at 1. So I would love to be done the other 2 by 1. And I see no reason why I won't get the other 2 done by 1 o'clock. So the workbook, although I don't have an idea exactly how it's going to flow, generally speaking, like, I know it needs to tie in to my webinar, which I already have the slides done. So, I'll have my slides up. I'll see what the specific items from the workshop and the slide deck are that I really want them to be able to focus on and get more information on, and I will create the workbook based on that. So that is the plan for today. We've got our top 3 done. So I need to get to work. Let's get started.
Okay, so it is now 11 a.m. and I just finished exporting the workbook for the workshop next week. And I just wanted to give you a little bit of the behind the scenes and show you that with this workbook, I am actually using the program Pages that comes with my Apple Mac computer. This is an equivalent to Microsoft Word, and this is something that I would use, a program that I would use to create a workbook like this for a workshop. Now, I realize that when it comes to any of my paid products, my inserts, anything that you pay for, ebooks, and any workbooks that go with courses or things like that, my blueprints for empire building, etc., all of those are designed in Adobe InDesign, because it's a more professional program that gives me a lot more flexibility to customize. But anything simple that is free that I'm giving away as part of either like a workshop like this, or anything that's like a downloadable that I might add to a YouTube video, something like that, I will tend to make these in Pages because it's very simple, very easy to make these, and very easy to export them as a PDF. Like you can see, I can go up here to File and hit Export to, and I export this to a PDF, and I've already done it down here. But this is how I make those downloadable PDFs that I share with people whenever I'm giving away something for free. Not 100% of the time, but most of the time they're coming from pages like this. So that's my little tip for you guys. Don't feel like if you are doing downloads or things like that, that you always have to make them in the most professional software. I do believe that that's important, like an important industry standard if you are selling things, but anything that's free or just an added value or like an upgrade, like a content upgrade, we would call this. If you have a YouTube video or a blog post where you're adding just something for people like a checklist or whatnot to enhance the experience, feel free to use whatever word processing program you have. Because just because it's simple does not mean, just because it's simple and easy to use does not mean that it's not effective, right? So in this situation, for me, I just want to get it done and make sure it looks good. And I'm always pleased with the results in my program Pages. So just a quick tip.
Okay, everyone, so it is now just a little bit before 1 p.m. It's 12:52, and I just finished my scheduling my email sequence for the workshop. So I'm going to check that off of my top 5 for the week and off of today's to-do list. Okay, so So all I've got left on the top 3 list for today is that call that's coming up at 1 p.m. So I got to get ready for that. Clips for the vlog. So I just have my camera right here just to see. It's like I'm halfway. It looks like it sees my computer, it sees my mouth and like my desk a little bit, but it doesn't like, I'm going to obviously mute it out, like whatever we talk about. And I'm not going to leave it on the whole time, but
oh, no worries.
I wanted to put in clips from, everything I'm doing this week. So
right, of course, yeah. Authenticity. No, yeah. Authenticity is good. Cool. Yeah, and no worries about that. That's fine.
So I had a really great call. I'm so glad that I did this. Like I said earlier, it is woo-woo, but sometimes that's exactly what your soul needs to feel complete. I'm actually going to go ahead and leave a link down below where you can check her out as well. And I don't actually think I even said who this was, but her name is Madeline Joan, and she is an empire builder who, since signing up for the program, actually went from working a full-time at a 9-to-5 down to part-time because she's applying the techniques of empire building to her business and is getting more exposure and more clients. So if you want to see what she offers and you like a little woo-woo, definitely check her out. Do I have your ball, Mr. Sherlock? Okay. Thank you. Baba, give it. Give me the ball. Give me the ball. Come on. Ah. Ready? Oh, ready? You sit in like a good boy. Okay, you are. Okay. You gotta give it to me, Baba. You gotta give it. I'm just gonna wait. You're gonna put it in my hand and you're gonna let it go. You ready for me to throw it? You ready? You gonna sit for me to throw? You ready? Are you ready? Booba. Baba boy. Drop it. My turn to throw it. Do you want me to throw it? No? Okay. You just want to chew it on my leg? Can I have it? I'm not going to fight you for it. Come on. Put it here. Put the ball here. If you don't drop it, I can't throw it. Are you just obsessing? Give me the ball. Oh, you are naughty. You are not giving me the ball. But you're very cute. Should I throw it? Oh, you give it to me now? Okay. You want me to throw it? You ready? Ready? Okay. Can I have it? Okay. Ready for me to throw it? Nope. False alarm. Okay. Ready? Sit. Okay. That butt go. Oh, you just do that? Oh, you're like, oh, just start from there. Oh, you're getting smart. You're a smarty pants. If I didn't have this camera on, I would so have that by now. Oh my God. Oh, you were still back. Oh, you are lovely. Okay, you ready? Ready? Steady, go. Oh, okay. We're doing this end of the thing. Okay, can I have it? Can I have it? You didn't drop it? Or you drop it? Mr. Sherlock. Are you fuel rookie? Okay, can I have it? Let go. Good boy. Thanks for throwing it. Toss it to me. Toss it to me. Can you throw it to me? Can you hit it to me? Spaz. Okay, you done? I'm ready to say bye. I'm like, no, don't be done. Okay. Get that ball. So that was my week. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you have any questions about anything that you saw in the video, feel free to leave it down in the comments below. And of course, if you are not yet subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button for more awesome videos by me. And until next time, bye-bye.